John Lord died of cancer.
Okay, wait, stop. Why the hell are you using Speakonia? Listen, Andrew the Soldier Hog, I know that your voice is a little bit hard to understand sometimes, but I'd rather listen to that than this god-awful program. Speakonia is so horrible to use. Plus, because you're not using your real voice, it makes this message just seem a lot more exploitive. I mean, you're not even going to use your own voice. Instead, you're just going to cop out to using Speakonia. Way to put emotion into that, Andrew. Also, I'm going to make my Recolor look like he's crying so it shows how deep and emotional I am and how I really care about this issue. Yeah, no one's buying this shit. You're just doing this for attention. Get real.
I can't believe that word happened to him. Why, cancer? Why did you do that?
Because pancreatic cancer is a person. It's not a malignant growth in the pancreas of where cells grow in uncontrolled proliferation where it's often rapid and is also caused by many factors like cirrhosis of the liver, chronic pancreatitis, occupational exposure to certain pesticides, dyes, or chemicals, diabetes, cigarette smoking, excessive coffee drinking, or hereditary. Personifying a malignant neoplasm and even titling your video, "Damn it, John Lord died," where you just get mad instead of just showing sympathy, doesn't show sympathy. It just kind of shows that you really don't care about what this happens and you're going to make it somehow about yourself. And I know this with the next statement that he says.
I don't want my friends to get cancer right now. I will get upset.
Santosk! What did I just say? This video was never about John Lord. This video was just an excuse so you could be emo on the internet. I bet you if I asked you a day before he died who John Lord is, you have no fucking clue who he was. That's what attention whores do. They take an event that has nothing to do with them at all and makes it about themselves. You're despicable for doing that. Truly, you are despicable. And if this video was truly about John Lord, as you so claim, then why the hell bring up about your friends? That is irrelevant to this video. Irrelevant.
If my friends have cancer, I lose a friend.
Don't you mean if they die of cancer? Because you can get cancer and survive. There are lots of cancer survivors. Or what? Are you going to be one of those people as soon as your friend gets cancer, you're not going to regard them as a friend anymore and you're just going to ditch them? If so, that's a horrible thing to do. What the hell's wrong with you? Nevertheless, great job making this video about yourself. Again. Although that doesn't really surprise me that you would.
So to my friends, watch out for cancer.
Yes, everyone. Join the neighborhood watch so we can keep cancer away from our children and loved ones. Seriously, Andrew? Well, at 21 seconds we finish this video and it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. Do you know who Andrew reminds me a lot about? Kex Andy. Yeah, remember Kex Andy? I did a dramatic reading on one of his godful stories with ZM Anonymous and Youngblood. They share so many traits in common. Think about it. He acts lonely, he's emotional, has horrible grammar, he's an attention whore, a very bad recolor, he gets easily butthurt. Just add in the fat fur fetish and the super obsession to Vector, and he's a direct clone of Kex Andy. Now, even though Andrew deleted this video, I still want to do a commentary on it because 1, I was lucky enough to save it, and 2, I want to bring up this great quote that I think sums up the internet really well in certain ways. The internet is forever, and what that means is that anything you post on the internet, believe me, it will stay there forever. You think that deleting it will get rid of it on the internet? Please. There are ways to get around that. So there is no true way that anything can be gone from the internet completely. There will always be a way to get it back. Now, Andrew probably deleted this video because of negative attention, but the real reason he probably should have deleted it because this was extreme exploitation. You do not care that John Lord died. This video was about you, Andrew. It was not about John Lord. How dare you take someone else's death, someone you probably didn't even know before that you saw that he died, and made it about yourself. So here's my advice to you, Andrew. Don't ever pull a stunt like this again. And if you really want to be a better commentator, whining and bitching about it is not the way to do it. You do so by actions. You improve yourself. You do commentaries and make them better and better and better. If you truly want advice, making these butthurt videos is not the way to do it. Message someone a PM, message me or Youngblood, just say, hey, what is something I could do about doing a better commentary? And if you get criticism, listen to it. Do not get so butthurt over it and start crying and whining about it.
You already know from the title of this video on what this is about. On why I do these things. Well, my original intent was to become popular enough to help other YouTubers. In a similar sense of on how certain YouTubers who get enough subscribers or enough viewers would tend to have guest speakers on their channel.
Okay, pretty good start if we're going to ignore the terrible lighting you're doing for this video. But having watched this video, I really don't get the feeling your goal was ever to help other YouTubers in the way that you mentioned. Although subscriber count doesn't necessarily stop you from doing that, by the way. That's still exposure to people who may have or may not have seen that person. And even then, you have 2,000 plus subscribers. That's quite a bit. Plus, with stuff you say later on, I get the feeling this is more or less admitting that you wish you were way more popular.
The thing is that it took me about 3 to 4 years to get the amount of subscribers that I have today, and even longer considering that I was on YouTube way before the whole anti-feminist thing. I was an anti-feminist before it was cool. Yeah, you could say that.
See, the way you're kind of saying this makes it sound like that you expected way more subscribers. Why else would you be making this assertion of, I was around here way before everyone else was? Like, great, whatever. That doesn't necessarily mean you deserve subscribers.
But the thing is that I really legitimately tried my very best to entertain every one of you. Clearly, it's not enough. My best was not enough. My apparent avatars, I guess it's just too boring. Yeah, that's the excuse. It's too boring to watch.
Your avatar? That's the reasoning? No, man. The reason why you haven't got what you think you deserve has nothing to do with something superficial like that. For the sake of this, let's go look at some of his videos and I'll show you a big problem with them. One I'd like to showcase is his video on the SFSU incident between Bonita Tyndall and Corey Goldstein, which he made 8 months ago. His video opens up with this floating hat avatar and just silence for a good 30 seconds. I can't tell if this was supposed to happen or that you had audio in there and it cut out. Let's go to your video about the Bud Light political ad, where you refer to the Equal Pay Act of 1963 as,
"Women don't get paid as much as men, and that is wrong."
Yeah, you're totally right about that, except for one issue, and that is the Equal Pay Act of 19-something that exists. You know, the thing that prevents companies from paying women less than men, as, you know, they got a vagina.
By the way, nice video glitch there. I like how that was left in. Or let's look at your video, Men Can't Have to Feels, where your editing hits such a low point that you put your rebuttal point before the clip in question. Let me show you what I mean.
So if you do so care to see more episodes of Sit Back and Relax, if you guys want to support the work that I'm doing for Black Hollywood, for Black production, for Black opportunity.
Well, he is pretty goddamn funny. Seriously, you should watch his Old Spice commercials.
So 2 years ago, actor Terry Crews wrote this book. Yeah, the big, muscular, dark-skinned black guy that white people genuinely smile around.
And that's pretty much like this for the entire video. So this tells me that a lot of your problems don't come from the fact that it's your avatar. Oh no, this seems to be more of a problem with effort. That's a pretty glaring issue to me. And it's not like that these are all super old videos. They were made 8, 5, and 2 months ago respectively. Could you not be bothered to watch your video all the way through before uploading to see if there were any errors? Could you not be bothered to look up what year the Equal Pay Act was signed into law? That legit only took me 5 seconds.
You know, fuck the points that I made. Fuck the jokes I made. No, it's the avatar. It's always have to be me.
What points? The points involving research you couldn't be bothered to look up yourself? You even admitted in your own video that on your commentary on Morgan TV, you didn't feel that you had to use points. And I wish I could show that video, but it seems that Bearing's channel was wiped and that the Atheist Gamer deleted that video. Strange that. And you make it sound like that you were targeted, like you were just the unlucky person to be targeted for hate. There wasn't some secret conspiracy to blast you over the internet, and the fact that you think so is not.
But the thing is that despite the fact that I'm pretty much an underdog, even though I've been here for years now, I've been trying my very best to come up with new ways to tackle the situation when it comes to feminism. I always create special videos whenever I reach a certain amount of subscribers. I try to entertain, make a few jokes. I even made a few songs. But overall, it's just not enough. It's just... I tend to get more viewers when I make these special videos, but not that much. It's just really pathetic and sad that I put all this effort in for what? A mere 400, 500 views?
Oh, so now we're gonna whine about viewership? Atheist Gamer, you have over twice as many subscribers as I do, and in the last 5 months, it looks like your videos have been averaging on around 800 to 1,000 views. Are you really gonna be bitching about that? What, did you expect to be the next Darken of a COD? The next Teal Deer? The next Armored Skeptic? I can't believe you're gonna whine about having 400 to 500 views on videos. Some people on YouTube yearn to have that. This doesn't seem to have anything to do with that people are just picking on you, and more that you're just selfish and expect way more from the community. People don't owe you anything because you're a creator, and while that's sad and a harsh thing to hear, it's the truth. And the sooner you realize that, the more you save yourself from disappointment in the future.
That's, pretty fucking sad. Charming Man 93, he can get the same amount of viewers just by talking.
Except from a first glance at Charming Man 93, he puts a lot of effort into his videos. They're well produced, they're streamlined, and he actually provides proof for his claims. Also, the fact that he uploads quite frequently might also have something to do with this as well. Also, he isn't insulting his fan base just because he doesn't get enough views, which you just did.
No editing, no nothing, just simply being himself.
Because he doesn't drag out what he says. He has a really good speaking tempo, he's lively, he's well lit. By the way, a few of the ones I've watched to do research on this video do have minor editing on them.
I can't do that. I can't do that despite the fact that I somehow do the exact same thing as Charming Man 93.
But you don't. Your editing, your comedic timing, your points, and your attitude is not the same as his. Charming Man 93 makes pot shots, yeah, but he seems fun and he's doing it to be a good sport. He never got raged or got pissy unlike you have. Also, I'm just gonna say this, comparing yourself to people who are more popular than you and wondering why you aren't as popular as they are is a very dangerous mentality to have. It is an easy one to fall into, but you should never do that to yourself.
But if you guys knew me at all, is that there's a time and place where I tend to make fun of myself.
Okay, yeah, good. That's a good thing. Don't take yourself so seriously. If you can learn to laugh at yourself, then it makes you seem to be more amicable to be around.
For example, I tend to make pedophile jokes. Some people will accuse me for looking like a pedophile, so sometimes I tend to act like a pedophile, like, oh man, what color your panties are.
What? What the fuck, man? Like, there's things to joke about, but, that might be one thing to not joke about. I feel that is something that could be misconstrued pretty easily and could end up being taken as something that is serious.
It's practically a fucking joke. There are times where I, just put jabs at myself, just poke jabs at myself. Like the typical anti-feminist video you see on YouTube. It's starting to get really fucking old. It's every time I see a pro-feminist video, they tend to make the exact same argument over and over and over again. And I realize that I'm responding to the exact same video over and over again. There's no variety in these videos. Some of these people are literally just lazy green clones.
Except they literally are not. Just because you happen to have the same alignment as someone else does not make you a clone of them. That's a pretty shoddy attempt to discredit the people on that side and to excuse your effortless behavior.
And my video on that girl, I was pointing, just jabbing myself with a stick, about on how I'm literally just responding to the exact same video over and over again. And I knew that if I made that video, probably very few people were going to watch it, because it's the exact same content again and again and again.
Then why make it? If you yourself say you wish to entertain and you know that you're just making the same video again and again, then why would you go ahead with it? That seems so counterintuitive to what you were saying earlier. You didn't have to make the video. You didn't have to commentate on the same subject over and over. You chose to do it. So I don't know why you're bitching about it here.
But unfortunately, the likes of Bearing seems to watch those videos.
You know, before I even watched this video, I just knew he was gonna bring up the bearing incident. Atheist Gamer, you really need to stop poking the bear on that issue. You're only making it worse on yourself. I watched that video and what he said was fairly tame, at least to me. I would have been way harsher on you, but he was extremely civil in that video. Besides, I thought you wanted people to see your videos. So you're mad that you don't get noticed, but then you're mad that you got noticed? I don't know. What do you want? You just...
Because I'm putting up with your constant whine, and I won't last too long.
Yeah. I don't know why all of a sudden Barry would watch my videos. Not that he commented on any of them, nor did he like any of those videos. No, he had to decide to go after me.
My god, how fucking caustic are you? Bearing, nor anyone, owes you fucking anything. What, did you expect for him to like it because you're on the same side here? Part of the same community? I think the problem is less that people expect too much from you and more that you expect too much from people.
This is the thing that I hate the most. Is that when people start paying attention at the wrong times.
So there's a right time and a wrong time to be paying attention to you? What the fuck is this? You can't complain about not getting attention but then also complain about getting attention. You either want it or you don't. Pick one.
When they decided to go after me like that, it pisses me the fuck off.
Once again, you're making it sound like that this was calculated, like people planned to go after you, but they were just biding their time until you slipped up. No, it's that you made a really terrible video, and when you're in a very debate-heavy and volatile community like you are in, it's gonna attract a lot of attention. Anytime a super terrible commentary is made, and that person is in the community, it draws a lot of negative attention. That's the nature of it. Not only do you have to deal with that, but I think you should honestly expect that, and not cry like a baby about it.
That only now, when I started to see the patterns, when I started to make fun of myself again, when I started to look all creepy again, all of a sudden, people started watching. People started to care.
But that's on you. You have to treat YouTube sometimes like a genie in a bottle. You asked for attention, and boy did you get it, just not positive attention. It's pretty bad to expect that you can become big and well-liked when you're in such a community that involves a lot of debate, criticism, and entertainment.
I am seriously thinking that this little community we have, where we all gather up to make fun of feminists, we're really fucked up in the head.
Here we go again. This is the same shit Guri Gorlo X and Eddie the Scammer and so on and so forth pulled when referring to the commentary community. I feel that their critiques on the community had less to do with actual grievances and more that they got blasted and didn't know how to handle it. Now, let me say that at least in regards to the commentary community, there are legit criticisms of it that I have, and I've seen people make fairly okay points about it and definitely show that sometimes the community is kind of shit. But I do feel that sometimes the community is terrible does sometimes come off the heels of being criticized and thus is reactionary. And we can argue case by case about whether or not that's true with the CC, but it does happen sometimes. However, with the case of the Atheist Gamer here, I wholeheartedly believe that this is reactionary. The attitude is, after all, coming after a few months of getting some negative attention caused by himself. Also, the fact that he hid the like to dislike ratio and comments on all of his videos says that too. Saying that the community is fucked up is reactionary, and you know it is, Atheist Gamer. Also, what did you fucking expect? You're in a community that's about criticizing others, that's about debate. Just because you're on a side does not necessarily mean that you're safe from that side. And that's a good thing. It's good to not have a hive mentality like that in your community. It means that you have people who can actually be free thinkers.
But hey, what do I know?
Apparently you don't know a lot since you expect so much shit from people.
I'm just getting sick and tired of responding to the exact same feminist video. The typical feminist video. I need feminism. The wage gap's a myth. The whole, women get raped more likely than men because, insert feminist statistic here. We're responding to the exact same videos over and over again. And, of course, there's this new trend where, there's more than two genders, but, again, eventually we're going to end up repeating the exact same arguments over and over again. It's just tiresome.
then do something about it. Stop making videos on them. Make them on something else, for fuck's sake. You're whining about things that are in your control here. If people want you to keep on doing what you have been doing, then that's their prerogative. But you have the power over yourself to change that if you want. So either change what you do or shut up, because no one wants to hear someone whine about something that they can easily change but don't.
There's really nothing more to say. Outside of, I'm supposed to sincerely apologize. I don't know how sincere I can be, considering that I really don't know how to be truly sincere about this.
Since the Atheist Gamer does a terrible job at providing clarification for what he's talking about here and is expecting that everyone knows what he is talking about, he's referring to the commentary that he did on Morgan TV, the one that landed him in this mess in the first place. I'm guessing that a lot of people wanted him to apologize to her over this matter because he was outwardly cruel towards her, and his video was just nothing more than really insulting her. But the fact that you don't know how to be sincere in an apology is kind of embarrassing, really. You have no clue how sincerity works here. Are you that much of a bitter person?
And quite frankly, it's starting to get really, really fucking annoying on how I'm not being sincere enough.
Why are you putting it in quotes like that a sincere apology isn't a thing? It's pretty fucking easy to do a sincere apology. Let me explain how, because apparently you don't get it. 1, you recognize what you did wrong and why that action was wrong. 2, you understand how that negatively affects the person you're apologizing to and realize that you wouldn't like someone doing the same thing to you. 3, you apologize without any buts or excuses on why you did what you did. There doesn't need to be a reason why you did what you did. It was wrong, and that's all that matters. You know, this is something you learn growing up as a kid, and the fact that you don't understand how to be sincere in apology is kind of sad.
Because it's just really fucking sad. So, this is as sincere as possible. And if it's not sincere enough for you jackasses, then feel free to leave my fucking channel!
What a great way to start a sincere apology. Call the audience jackasses, raise your voice, seethe with vitriol, and tell people essentially to fuck off if it's not good enough. I think another problem with you is that you just have way too much anger, man.
So, Morgan TV, I am truly very sorry that I insulted you. I'm truly sorry that I provided no facts to back up my claims.
Your tone is kind of a bit threatening here, but okay, good start, good start.
Despite the fact that I literally pointed out that this is the exact same pro-feminist videos that's been on YouTube for years now.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Atheist Gamer, this isn't sincere and you know it. You can tell me to fuck off all you want, but you don't make excuses when you're giving an apology, especially one that is insulting the person you're apologizing to. This is extremely insincere and just a shitty thing for someone to do. You're not sorry at all. You don't realize what you did was wrong, and you don't understand how negative it was. It doesn't fucking matter if her video was the same or not, because you have this projection of that everyone knows that all feminist videos are the same. If you're not going to make claims in your videos that are not common knowledge, then you need to have sources. You didn't want to do the research for your videos, and it shows Mr. Equal Pay Act of 19-something-something.
And I even pointed out that you would probably not check the facts. You would probably not even bother to look at the video. And yet, surprisingly, you do!
So what, you're mad at her because you made an assumption and it ended up biting you in the ass? Well, that's on you, not her. So I don't know why you're taking this tone with your failed attempt at an apology. You should just know not to bank so hard on assumptions.
Yes! How very odd that the very first time that the Atheist Gamer gets it wrong, and then everyone has to come in and say that this guy has to be wrong.
So now we actually get to the real crux of the apology. You're not sorry about what you did, and that's blatant. You're sorry that you got caught. Because let's be honest here, you never would have made an apology to Morgan TV if you knew that you could get away with it. You admitted it yourself that you fucked up in that video, and you're upset that the internet put its eyes on you. So you can throw your little conniption fit, but I'm not going to be hoodwinked into not seeing what's actually going on here, and no one else is either.
But, you know what? Fuck Bearing fans. Alright? Fuck those bastards.
Oh, so now you're gonna put the blame on Barings fans? First of all, nice job cursing out people in the middle of an apology. That'll surely win you respect. Definitely. Second, why are you getting mad at them for calling you out on the things you yourself admit that you did wrong? You're in a community where people voice their opinions. Why is it okay for you to do that and not okay for them to do it? Let this be a lesson for not just the atheist gamer, but for everyone. If you're going to step into a community that is based on debate, then be prepared to get hate. Do not expect people to like you, especially not right away, and especially not unconditionally. If you're not prepared to handle that, that is not the place for you. Yeah, getting hate sucks, and it's not nice. But for someone who has been as inexorable as you have, atheist gamer, it comes off as very two-faced to be getting pissy about being at the receiving end of the hate stick.
This is about you, Morgan. So, I am sorry that I did not provide any facts. Let's see, what else? I'm sorry that I told you to kill yourself. Well, actually, I didn't tell you directly to kill yourself, but you get the idea. I am very, very, very sorry that I told you to kill yourself. Indirectly.
You know, it's astounding that you can't even seem sincere at an apology over telling someone to kill themselves. Your attitude and tone just makes this seem like it's a chore, that you're just doing this so you can tell people, there, I did it, now leave me alone.
I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry that I attempted to send you my fans over to your channel to dislike your video, to hate on you, cause you misery.
So you're gonna get all pissy over Bearing fans bothering you and getting mad at Bearing for covering you. But here you are, admitting that you tried to actively get your fans to harass someone. You've actively admitted to attempting to sick your fans on her, and you want to complain about getting hate from Bearing fans. You have no right to complain. What Bearing did was just debating with you. His fans have a mind of their own, and I'm pretty sure Bearing supports the notion that people shouldn't just harass the people he covers. What you are confessing here is bullying. Really think about that.
I don't know what else, despite the fact that I don't really have that many viewers, not many subscribers.
Don't excuse the fact that you want to harass her by saying you don't have enough viewers and subscribers. You have over 2,000 subscribers. Morgan TV has about 1/10 of what you do. You can whine about your viewership all you want, but do not fucking lie that you do not have some pull over her, because it's extremely unbecoming. Someone with your subscriber count and viewership could easily abuse their viewership to harass an account like hers to smithereens.
By comparison to other YouTubers. Seriously, I don't have that many followers.
Yeah, sure, if you want to play the numbers game and compare yourself to the likes of Sargon of Akkad or something, but to say that 2,000 is nothing is a joke. Maybe your problem is that you're putting too much weight on being the next big anti-feminist / atheist / anti-SJW / whatever channel there is out there. But maybe instead you should be content with what you have instead of being envious over what you don't have. Because it's obvious you've turned into a bitter and angry person that people generally don't like. Plus, if you're so ravenous for getting views, I figured that you'd understand this little tentativo per pietà you're doing here will end up doing more harm than good.
I'm hardly a blimp on the radar.
Like hell you are. A lot of people are talking about you, especially now. You're not a blip. You've gotten some attention to your name. Granted, not a lot of positive attention, but this is the bed you've made and you're gonna have to lie in it. Nobody twisted your words, nobody slandered you. You did this to yourself.
But you get the idea. I am sincerely, really freaking sorry for all of this. I hope that you and I can become friends.
It's like you honestly tried, Atheist Gamer, to not be as sincere as possible. That you want to be as passive-aggressive as you could be. Which, if that's the case, well, that just makes you a shitty person.
I did my best. This is the sincerest apology that I've done. Ever.
If that's the case, then you really need some help. This isn't a joke, I'm serious. You need help if that's all the heartfelt sincerity you can muster. And at 11 minutes and 30 seconds, we finish off this wreck of a video. Honestly, I don't see how the Atheist Gamer could honestly bounce back from this. He dug himself a hole that's gonna be hell to climb out of. For my final thoughts, I'd rather address all of you than him. Specifically those who are looking to join or have just joined a community like the CC, like the anti-SJW community, or anything of that nature. It's important for you to understand that if you're going to join, you need to know some harsh realities of these communities. 1. Do not expect to be popular right away. People want to be entertained, and to entertain means to put in effort. The more it shows, the more people will flock to you. But the lazier you are, the more it's going to show in your work, and that will make people highly critical of you. 2. Grow a thick skin. This is generally true of the internet and probably just life in general, but people are assholes and they'll be mean to you. They will treat you like shit. Communities like this thrive on debate and controversy, so you need to be ready to be flamed, especially if you get it wrong. Be practical, do not be idealistic. 3. Make your content for you. Expecting that your viewers give you praise all the time is highly imprudent. No one owes you anything, even if they subscribe to you, even if they like you. But at the same time, do not force yourself to make content you don't want to do. 4. Appreciate what you have. Since it's the holidays, I feel this message is extremely fitting to have. So what if you only have a small number of subscribers? Be happy with that. Enjoy that you have that. Playing the numbers game only ends up hurting you in the end. More often, you will be disappointed.
Oh yay, a text commentary. Those are going to be so much fun to read, right? We just all love text commentaries. Also, I just want to point out that this video was not made too long after the whole explosion in Youngblood's comments, so I'm glad that this video is probably going to still show him being very upset. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is the corpus delicti of Funny Guy Show's hypocrisy. In the comment, he states that he doesn't like the fact that Tuber uses faggot as an insult. Yet from the video, you can clearly see the hypocrisy in action. Oh, but he did this as well multiple times in the comments. The funniest thing is that in the video that the comment section frenzy happened in, I said that people who are as dumb as vicious will contradict themselves in the same note thread or comment thread. So good job to Funny Guy Show. You just made yourself as dumb as vicious. Probably even dumber. I say probably even dumber because note that in the comment he said, and it does prove that I have a bad life. I bet you he's gonna whine about me picking on his grammar, but there's a difference between typos and missing the word not. Also, to respond to point number 1, if you're not gonna quit, then why does your channel say otherwise? As for number 2, that doesn't make him a hypocrite because at no point did he say he wasn't gonna reply anymore. And number 3 is basically a pathetic no you with faggot thrown in there for zest, but it comes off as a rancid aftertaste. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we got a Hodge situation here. Hey, to Funny Guy Show, you do know that a comeback is a retort made back against an argument, right? You did make a comeback, albeit childish and something more suitable for the playground. Oh, and at what point did she say making comebacks were bad? Because she didn't. You do not know how to use the word hypocrite correctly. Seriously, the bism is just verbatim here. Homophobic, the adjective form of homophobia, which is the fear or hatred of homosexuals. The term faggot is a pejorative term for homosexuals, and one who would seriously use that as an actual insult is indeed homophobic. The Funny Guy Show accuses me of being a grammar Nazi, yet he's going to be overly pedantic about X arguments. I think with most of our critical thinking skills, we can grasp what she means and not split to finite hairs. And before someone wants to call me out on picking on grammar as splitting hairs, I'm doing it because if he was going to retort in making a video, then his grammar should be spot on. Because this shows that you put little effort in making this, and this is more of just, in a sense, to be one big emotional release similar to that of a common tantrum than an actual developed response. Oh, and so if he is a faggot, then that gives you the right. But it doesn't give tubers the right? Plus, if he really is a faggot, how does that not make you a homophobe again? Don't use a Hitler joke, but calling people a faggot is 100% okay. I guess the Funny Guy should never realize that in World War II that homosexuals were among those victims and were treated lower than dirt. And apparently someone doesn't get the concept of the fact that Giggs is blatantly joking with you. Oh, and you're. Time to bring back everyone's favorite logical fallacy, ad hominem, but in the most laziest form. Plus with it, his good friend Tu Quoc Quet, because I don't ever remember the Funny Guy Show being one of the more prominent entertainers in commentaries. Why are you picking on jokes when they had nothing to even do with you? Also, I don't think you realize that Lord Crab86 was joking with you. Revolutionary concept. The definition of irony that she's using is a proscribed usage, you know. It's informal, but it is still used. Oh, believe me, people have told you how dumb your comments are, but you don't listen. But then again, why do they need to tell you? The proof is fairly obvious. Did you not look at the video? Because for 98% of the video, it says dramatic reading in the fucking video. Look at the picture that we used for pretty much the entire video. How did you not see this? It's blatantly obvious. Oh, and we were counting times in the video? I thought we were talking about times overall that I brought him up in videos that weren't about him. Okay then, miscommunication on my part, but still you claim that's stupid because you want to make some point against me by just saying it's pointless. Oh, and good job with the failures in your response. The fact that he's a recolor is the only difference? So you told me that they have only one difference but lots of similarities? Glad you agree with me. That's why I made the comparison. But them both being a recolor is in fact a similarity, so how did you fuck up on that? Oh, and the Compassian? Good job fucking up the word comparison. So you can nitpick about the fact that dramatic reading isn't in the title, even though it's in the video for pretty much all of it, but we can't critique your grammar. And if you want to talk about pointless, then your video is a prime example of it, because you overall fail in everything you have brought up. And I don't care if you're 13, not an excuse. So when you do it, it's okay, but no one else can. I'm not even going to go in depth on that. I think it speaks for itself. He never said your grammar was bad. He was referring to the dramatic reading. Like I said, this is a tantrum. He is so blinded by being upset that he isn't paying attention to what he's writing down. Oh really? He never did? And of course, let's bring up his favorite word, pointless. He likes throwing that word around a lot. The point of the DR was to catch Vicious in the act of his egotism and his egregiousness that he is aware of. Also, because you want to nitpick, Hobbs, Tubers, and I did more than just read the comments. We also ranted on them. So yes, this was, in part, a rant, along with the dramatic reading. And at 3 minutes and 15 seconds, we're done. And to Funny Guy Show 2, you need to stop crying and raging. If you want to criticize, then fine. But then be prepared to be criticized back if we find obvious holes in your argument. That's how it works. See, this is what some people who like to whine about the commentary community do. They say we can't accept criticism because we criticize them back because we found obvious gaps of logic in their arguments. If you can't handle the fact that people will argue with you here on YouTube, then by all means, leave. The problem is that you said something and then we found a lot of problems with your arguments and then you whined about it. You're the one here who can't take criticism because you have the skewed idea that criticism can't be wrong or that you can't be wrong. If we can point out that your crappy arguments are lacking logic, then you need to deal. Plus, no one said at all in the comments that you couldn't criticize anyone, so stop making this false accusation that someone told you this. Now, some could say that this kid is a troll, but I don't think so, because isn't the point of being one to make others look like idiots, not yourself? Because at the end of the day, he's the only one here who looks like an idiot. And if you want to say at the end of this, oh, I was trolling, congratulations, you made a complete ass out of yourself and really no one else.
Okay, I am going to be doing a commentary on Jeff the Tree. It's about these people that were throwing rocks at a dead cow, and they have most pointless YouTube videos on YouTube. We dislike all their videos, and...
Whoa. We dislike their videos? I've never even heard these guys until I saw your video. We have more people using the majestic plural again. Also, great audio, man. Are you filming this behind a swarm of electronic wasps?
This video may be disturbing for some audience, and viewer discretion is advised. So, if any of you audience are under 18 or, you know, not old enough to be on YouTube, click somewhere else better than this video that I'm about to show you, because it might be disturbing.
Any of you audience? How bad do you have to fuck up basic English like that? Also, you said you're 15. You're giving viewer discretion for 17 and younger?
So, this might be disturbing for some audience. And these people were throwing rocks at a dead cow, and it wasn't nice at all. I mean, throwing rocks at a dead cow is just not nice. You just leave it there in a dead and calm and minding its own business.
Yeah, dead cow minding its own business. MrMr. Commentary, the cow is dead. It has no business to mind. In fact, its mind doesn't even work anymore. And I'm just going to skip ahead to where he starts the video, because what he says and where I cut out, he'll say again and again and again over throughout this commentary. So you're not missing much.
So let's begin.
Jeff, look at me. Okay, this is a dead cow that we found.
So, there's a whole bunch of dead cows sometimes.
And what was the point of your point? All they just said is, hey, we found a dead cow.
Neither of that. If you guys are not going to leave it alone, let a pharmacist pick it up or something.
A pharmacist? Kid, a pharmacist is someone who dispenses prescription drugs. You know, at a hospital or a pharmacy.
And we're throwing rocks at it.
Why?
I choked this cow with my bare hand. Look at that. There goes a rock. This is animal brutality. Oh my goodness, animal brutality. It's getting stoned.
It's your problem. Why would you throw rocks at a dead cow? If you throw rocks at something, that's just ignorant. If I saw a dead cat on the road, would I throw rocks at it? No. What I would do, I would leave it alone and let the pharmacist pick it up or some...
That's not what pharmacists do. Also, that cow, if you were paying attention, was in the middle of wilderness. No one is going to pick it up. Most likely, scavengers like flies, vultures, and coyotes will come and feast on it. And I'm just going to cut out the next part of the video because all he's just saying is, and then the guys that, you know, got the comments disabled, but you deserve the hate because what you did was not nice.
So, let's look at the description. He said, because of the crude comments made about this video, I have to remove the comments featured from this video. Me and my friends were throwing rocks at a dead cow. That is all that occurs in this video. Some people find it funny, some find it offensive. If you find the title of this video offensive, or what could occur in the video offensive, do not view this video. Well, I'm not pretty much watching this video though, because this is my second time watching it, and I've seen it before. And it made me angry, and this video, these types of videos, like killing an animal or something like that, it can make someone angry.
The cow is dead already. And just skipping ahead a little bit because all he's just saying is, well, if the animal is dead, then just leave it alone.
Why would you throw rocks at a dead cow? How would you like it if you guys were dead, if you guys were at a funeral home or something, you guys would be laying on the ground, people were throwing rocks at you. How would you like that?
Okay, first off, a funeral home is not where you are buried. That is a place of business for funeral services. Second, why would you just be randomly lying on the floor in a funeral home? And three, they wouldn't care at all. Because they're dead! And skipping again because he's just talking about how Dr. Phil might agree with this, and also I need to make this under 15 minutes.
Let's continue. Laughter? You serious?
I didn't cut anything out right there. He actually forgot to put in the video clip.
And you said animal brutality, and I don't know what exactly that means, but...
How do you not know what animal brutality is? Are you fucking serious? You've been wondering about how they're demonstrating brutality in the entire video! I mean, the only way this video could get any more ridiculous is if he started using God as a logical argument.
what I'm guessing is it's probably just like animal abuse, or Animal abuse has to stop, and this is animal abuse right here. And you know, God made the animals, God made the trees, God made the sun, God made the grass, and God made the bushes.
Are you kidding me? Like, really? You're gonna use God as a logical argument? Really? You son of a...
God created everything.
Before I get hate messages about this, I just want to say this. I have no problem with people being Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, atheist, agnostic, whatever. As long as you are respectful of other people's beliefs and you are a good person to yourself, then I think go ahead. Believe whatever you want or don't believe. But no one should ever bring up God as a counterpoint like this. It doesn't work.
Except technology. The people that created technology is people.
Oh, revolutionary concept thinking right there. The people that created technology are people. Did you eat a lot of glue when you were little?
You know, God would be very disappointed at you. I'm very disappointed at you too.
Oh no, some 15-year-old kid who makes shitty commentaries is disappointed in me as well as a God I probably don't believe exists. Boo-hoo.
Oh my god, I just want to punch these kids right in the nozzle.
Punch them in the nut. Just say no like a normal, smart person, okay? And also, punching them in the face? Geez, that's very Christian of you.
It is not nice to throw dead cows or, you know, throwing rocks at a dead cow. I would pet it, and I would say, poor thing.
Clarification right here. The cow is dead. It's not suffering because it's dead. Also, you would pet a dead cow? What if the body was in the process of active decay? Would you seriously touch it? And cutting again because he just repeats, well, you shouldn't have blocked the comments, you deserve it. Which is maybe the one thing that I agree with. They shouldn't have blocked the comments. I don't think they deserved it, but they should let people say whatever they want to say about the video.
I would just leave it be. If I see a dead animal, I'll let the pharmacist or the animal retriever pick it up.
Okay, I need to know. What the hell made you think that a pharmacist was one that does this job? Like, really, how do you not know what a pharmacist is? Animal retriever, at least that sounds a little bit more intelligent. And by the way, maybe this is where the research could come into play because anyone can be contracted by the city to pick up roadkill as long as you have a long bed pickup truck, valid insurance, and a driver's license. So there's really no set people who pick up roadkill.
And what you guys do is scratch your head before you do your video on throwing rocks at a dead cow. I mean, how long were you doing this? About 24 hours, and I'd be ashamed if you did.
24 hours? Bit of an over-exaggeration on your part, isn't that, buddy?
But plus of all, dude, leave animals alone. If you don't like animals so much, if you're throwing rocks at it, don't pet them, and don't touch them, don't throw rocks at it.
That's an assumption right there. So now he doesn't like animals? It's not like he was throwing rocks at a live cow. It was dead. I know it seems to me that they were doing this, but hey, the cow was dead. It's not suffering. There's really no reason to make a commentary on this if that's really your points. In fact, I don't even want to call this a commentary. It's more of a boring, drawn-out rant.
Because obviously if the pharmacist or an officer comes and see you doing it.
I have a friend who was born and lived in Germany for most of his life, and he speaks with very broken English, and even he knows what a pharmacy is. Are you kidding me, MrMr. Commentary?
They will put you in handcuffs and take you into the police station.
Where did it say that it was illegal to throw rocks at a dead cow? In fact, I don't even remember anywhere where it says that you can't do that. If an officer sees that, they're not going to really care all that much. And also, you said a pharmacist or an officer. Why would a pharmacist have handcuffs on their person? Unless it was for something really kinky. Why would they be out in the woods, though, to do something kinky? You know, I don't need to know.
And obviously, you guys probably don't care if you guys get these many dislikes, but you really do care about the comments, so you disable the comments. So
listening to this guy's like listening to a broken record. He repeats the same things over and over and over again. After you say at least once or twice, I don't think you need to mention it again.
Because you're too much of a pussy to look at the comments all the time. Obviously, I get these types of comments all the time. And do I cry about it and disable it? No.
Yeah, he totally doesn't let comments bother him.
I used to, but now I stopped.
Those comments I just showed you were dated 3 weeks ago, so I'm calling bullshit.
But you know, God created me and tried to make me more smart. Okay? Smarter than you guys.
Apparently, he failed.
And you know, You know, I have a cat named Tommy. Where is he at? I want to pet him.
What does your pet have anything to do with this? Are you still going off the whole they hate animals thing? What if they have pets? Ever consider that?
But you know, I love cats, I love dogs, I love cows, I love sheep.
But the kids I'm commentating on don't because they're devil spawn.
I don't love snakes, but I wouldn't throw rocks at it, I'll just leave it alone. I wouldn't run over it. Okay? And besides, I do have a picture of a snake, and I might show you whenever I get my webcam.
Yeah, no one gives a shit. I'm just skipping this because he's talking about a stupid webcam. And also, ooh, a picture of a snake. It's not like the internet isn't filled with millions of them.
This video I'm doing a commentary on, it just really makes me angry. More angry as I thought.
Grr, you can tell I'm angry from the tone of my voice. I'm so mad right now.
I hope you guys totally agree with me on this one, because if you do, please sub to me.
Great, now he's gonna talk about subscribing to him? Screw this, I'm skipping this too.
But not this dude's videos, because he's totally a devil.
That devil spawn joke I made earlier doesn't seem so hyperbolic now, does it?
He's not like wings, he's not like wearing wings, he's not wearing a ring around his head, he's not part of God.
3 things. 1, that ring is called a halo, you dumbass. 2, I don't see your wings or halo, so I wouldn't be talking. And 3, using God as a logical argument only makes you look like an idiot. As soon as the word God left your mouth, there was nothing you could have done to recover in this video.
I'm a Christian and I go to church and I respect all animals and I respect some people.
How does you being a Christian and going to church make you a better person? What if the person you're commentating on is also Christian and goes to church? Look who the ignorant one is now.
And obviously, sometimes whenever I see something bad happen to someone, I feel really bad. And you know, I pray to the people. I should pray for these people because you know, these people shouldn't be doing this kind of crap. And you know, God's watching them, and you know, you can run but you can't hide.
You just made God sound less forgiving and more creepy. And this is coming from someone who uses a serial killer reanimating into a suit of armor and enjoys gore as their avatar.
This is a commentary on Jeff the Tree signing out.
What the hell is up with that really random slow fade? Why do I even care? This video is already shit. It doesn't even matter if he does this. I'm just going to skip the end of the video because all it is just showing what the rest of the video. So I'm going to cut it out for time's sake. So at 11 minutes and 9 seconds, we finish the video. MrMr commentary. From what I gather in this entire video, and this may sound really harsh, and you can say this is ad hominem, but I don't even care. You're fucking dumb as rocks. Your auto quality is terrible, you have a lot of gaps of silence, you ramble on about unimportant things, your intro is too long, you repeat yourself over and over again, you brought religion in as a logical argument when this has nothing at all to do with it, you don't know what brutality means or even what a pharmacist is, and you can't grasp the concept of the fact that the animal is fucking dead. Like, really, you're one of the dumbest people I've ever commentated on. And I've commentated on Guptil and Joshua and other idiots, so that's a new low. This commentary is beyond repair, as well as some of the other commentaries you have done, which are utter shit. If you're watching this, then you really need to reevaluate your commentary quality and style because it is so broken. And before you say how I am a devil too for agreeing with Jeff the Tree, my avatar is Bear the Chopper. My heritage comes from a land where volcanoes dominate the terrain, so what'd you expect? But then again, Bjork keeps the demons at bay with her swan dresses and weird-ass wigs. Well, I think I'm going to end off the commentary here. So until next time, this is MrSirRaven saying bless and chop chop chop. Wait a minute. Go back to that screen cap where I showed the description box. This video was made on July 2006? You did a commentary on a video that was 6 years old? I will chop you up.
Hey everyone and welcome to Shadow Commentaries. This is Season 1, Episode 10. In today's episode, I am going to be critically analysing the Irate Gamers review of Silver Surfer, which was requested over Facebook.
What? I have to listen to a commentary on the Irate Gamer? Dang! Well, maybe this might not be all that bad. Hopefully he's not going to nitpick at every single joke that the Irate Gamer's going to throw. Oh god, he better not.
And I can tell you, this review is really bad. So, let's dive right in, grab the scalpel and cut this video right open. Let the commentary begin. Yeah, I'm going to skip the first minute and 21 seconds of this because this does not contribute anything to the video whatsoever.
What? A reviewer trying to be funny and trying to entertain his listeners? The fuck is that?
Alright gamers, today we're going to be checking out Silver Surfer for the NES. Now I know this game...
Note, those audio stutters were not the work of my video, those were the work of Shadow's crappy video editor.
The problem with that, I suggest you just click over to another channel.
That would be a pretty smart smart idea if you're going to say something like that.
Hey, what the hell you think you're doing? Turn that back!
Aww, that actually looked way more entertaining than this.
You know, Shadow really hasn't made a point at all of why Irate Gamer's review has been bad yet. All he's just been doing is about how whining about how bad he is without providing any reason why. Is this what the whole video is going to be like? Yeah, probably.
Whew, alright, that's better. Alright, well the game starts off by Galactus telling Silver Surfer that he needs his help defending the universe from a huge threat. And once arriving at the startup screen, we get to choose from 5 different areas. You know, this stage selection screen kind of reminds me of Mega Man. You've got your Water World, Space World, and Ghost World? Wait a minute, this is exactly like Mega Man! You Mega Man ripoff!
Oh, that is so fucking funny. Aha, 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 aha.
So like, hey guys, I don't like this one joke because I don't think it's funny, so then I'm gonna try to be funny on making fun of it, although it's not gonna be funny, it's just gonna be pathetic. Am I cool yet?
Alright, well if we're gonna have to pick one, let's just go ahead and pick this Bret Hart stage. So in this side-scrolling adventure, let's try this again. So in this side-scrolling adventure, your mission is to reach the end and... Gosh damn it! Now in this side-scrolling adventure,
I really would have to wonder if you're actually trying to play the game.
Because it's not like Irate Gamer is a comedian and he's trying to emphasize on how fucking hard the game is.
And the game is over? No save feature? One hit and you're dead?
That was kind of funny.
From the very first second, these stages will be out to kill you in every way possible. Now some games require a bit of memorization just to pass through them, but this game pretty much grabs your spine and pulls it right out your asshole. Now just how the hell am I supposed to get past this? Good God, is there anything harder than this game? Couldn't they have at least given us a health meter, power mushrooms, something?
This isn't Mario.
And this isn't a good commentary because all you've been ragging on so far are about jokes. You know, that are meant to be funny and not taken seriously.
Son of a bitch! Now thankfully this game has a lot of checkpoints throughout the level, but good fucking luck reaching them. When trying to deal with shit like this, where the game gives you the space as big as your ass crack to pass through. Ugh. God, this game sucks, it blows, and it's a piece of shit!
Good timing on calling it a piece of shit. And also, didn't that sound kind of like something the angry video game nerd would say?
Aside from all the fanboy arguments about how the Irate Gamer is pretty much a ripoff from AVGN, so let me get this straight. You're saying that pretty much AVGN is the only one who can cuss out a video game on how horrible it is? That's no fun!
Okay, well, maybe we can just pause the game and chart a path to victory. Well, we'll navigate around this bullet, around this, around that, and head this way to free ourselves for the next line of attack. Well, here goes nothing. Ah!
Oh, hardy ha ha. I almost pissed myself laughing.
Okay, seriously, Shadow? You're coming off as a dick. It was a joke. It's a frickin' joke. Why are you complaining about jokes? My God!
Well, time to break out the NES Advantage. This oversized controller thankfully has turbo buttons and a slow button that will help slow things down a bit.
That's gonna help.
Now, this might sound like
I'm
a
sorry,
good
folks.
idea.
His asshole got in the way of him realizing that slowing down the game might actually help with him dealing with fast-moving projectiles.
The only thing you'll be doing is watching your ass getting kicked in slow motion.
That's not funny, and by the way, he slowed down the gameplay footage with his video editing software, people.
You want to back that up with proof, man? No? Well, okay then, it's your funeral. Because, I mean, normally, if you present something like that, you should back it up with evidence, so that way people don't say that you're just bullshitting it. Oh, and also, really, you're just going to say that's not funny again? Let me guess, you're one of those people that say that reviews and commentators shouldn't be funny, but they should be for constructive criticism.
And if you think the controls in this game are any better, guess again. Because once you start finding power-ups to add to your arsenal, it becomes another complicated mess just to use them. Now the A button will fire your standard weapon, but the B button doesn't do diddly fuck.
Oh, but the B button does do something. It allows the player to shoot backwards. Why am I bringing this up? Because the whole point of Shadow doing this review was to point out the flaws in this review. Yet the one legitimate flaw there was, he didn't point out. Wow.
But you know what does fire your power-up weapon? The select button. The select button? For God's sake, you have a perfectly good button right here that does absolutely shit, and you want me to use the select button to fire? Who the hell designed this shit? Pablo Picasso? Why, yes. Fuck off! You know nothing of my book!
Haha, tu quo qui, my friend. Because even though I absolutely do not like the Irate Gamer, I'd much rather watch one of his reviews than watch one of your commentaries. Because, you know, the Irate Gamer tries to be entertaining. And although he's not super duper funny, at least he tries. And to some people, they do find him funny. Unlike you, all you ever do is just rag on jokes and use a still image. You have no idea how the process of an icon moves. I mean, seriously, if you're just going to use an icon, change up the pictures. Why is it just the same still image? That's boring to look at.
But what the hell does it even matter anyway? Since you probably won't be alive long enough to even use it. Gosh damn it, I want to see the rest of this game. Don't you?
I would too, if only you could actually play it.
Well, I hate to do this, but time to break out the game genie.
Oh, goody. Here goes the Irate Gamer with his trademark. Getting out the Game Genie to help him pass a game just because it is too difficult for him to play. You know, I really would have to wonder if you actually consider yourself a gamer.
Because it's not like the Angry Video Game Nerd ever uses Game Genies, and it's totally not like that the Irate Gamer doesn't care about showing off the later levels so that way people get a better understanding of the game. Also, I wonder if you can consider yourself to be a commentator. You're more of a whiner, because all you've been really complaining about are the jokes.
Alright, Genie, come out of there! You've released the almighty Game Genie!
Oh, using an actual genie? Oh, what genius! Not!
Yeah, I like the fact that Irate Gamer's trying to be creative. I don't like the... We get it, you don't like the joke, shut up!
Hey, you look a little different from last time. Well, being locked away in that thing for a while will do that to you. Plus, if Doctor Who can do it, I can do it too. Alrighty, so, how may I serve you? Oh, great. Well, I need him.
Oh, yeah, by the way, has anyone noticed that Chris seems to play every character in his videos?
And that's a bad thing because... why?
Not me, jackass, the game. Oh. Oh, boy. Yeah, now we're talking untouchable. Now, each level in this game is split up into 3 sections. 2 full-size levels, and a third that contains the stage boss. The bad news here is that it takes 1 billion shots just to kill him. And the good news? Well, there's no good news. This is a Silver Surfer game.
No.
So, trying to be funny and entertaining isn't funny at all, but moaning like a bitch is. Good to know.
This is a game where you can still lose, even after beating the stage boss. Oh, you flip my shit.
You know, that picture of Silver Surfer moping expresses just how I feel about this review.
Oh, well, I could say the same thing about your commentary on this review. Because the one legitimate flaw that you could have pointed out, you didn't. And instead, the only thing you've been doing in this review is just saying how much he sucks and how he's not funny without providing really any reason why. You're just ragging on the guy because, let me guess, you prefer AVGN over him. Yeah, that's probably the case.
So after you successfully defeat a stage boss, we get a device piece, and the Silver Surfer celebrates. Well, don't party too hard there.
Hannah Montana is funnier than this.
Oh, please, next time, could you breathe any harder into the microphone? I really want to hear you exhale.
And even with a Game Genie helping you, you'll be subjected to a countless barrage of death after death after death after death after death before finally reaching all these stage bosses.
Ha ha, you can't beat Silver Surfer even when using Game Genie. Na 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 na.
Of course, Shadow the Ultimate would resort to using a kindergarten insult that even a kindergartner wouldn't use. So thank you, Foxtrot, for showing how inept you are at making commentaries. Because to be honest, if I just wanted to prove on how bad of a commentator you are, all I have to do is just show that clip. Just that one.
Bosses. Now once you finally manage to defeat all 5 levels, you'll then be whisked away to the final level to battle the main villain of this game. And just who is waiting for you in this final stage, you ask? Well, it's none other than Mr. Sinister, a villain from X-Men? Oh, you gotta be...
What's wrong with putting a villain from X-Men in a Silver Surfer game? Besides, X-Men and Silver Surfer are from the same company, so why is that such a big deal?
Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, seriously, what in God's name is the damn point of even making this poor pathetic excuse for a game? The game is way too hard, the controls suck, and to top it off, you don't even get to fight the main villain in this.
You probably never made it to him.
Oh, if you only wait just a few more seconds.
Yeah, and you just end up fighting some bloated shithead. What the hell? Pixel Demon? What the hell is that?
Not this again.
Okay, we get it. You don't like his jokes. Stop whining about them. We get the fucking message.
Again, you must use the Infernal Force. Infernal Force? But I haven't even mastered it yet. You must at least try. The game was made to be impossible to defeat, so that monster will be locked away forever. And if he is released, then we'll all be in grave danger. Alright, well, there goes nothing. I call upon the Infernal Force! That's it, you're doing it. Alright, let's do this.
Well, an irate gamer video wouldn't be complete without special effects. Jeez, this special effects make any film by Roland Emmerich look like a masterpiece.
Oh, like you're one to talk with someone who has their videos have constant hiccups in it, and also the fact that you use only just your name card for your avatar, and it's the same freaking one.
Bet?
There, see? His special effects are completely pointless.
It's a freaking joke. Pointless means it has no point. The point of the special effects were to make a joke. So yes, it does have a point. You do not know how words work, Foxtrot Delta, who cares? Oh my god. Also, if you want to complain about special effects and video editing, then let's talk about yours, because if you just noticed, that whole part right there was desynced. Yeah, that was in his video, not mine.
And that is the end. Well, all in all, this was a rubbish review. He didn't really go into much detail in this, because most of it was just whinging about how difficult it was.
Yep, let's completely forget that he explained the plot in the very beginning of this video and they explained the controls throughout the review.
And he went into absolutely no detail about the story, characters, design, etc. If I wanted a proper Silver Surfer review, I'll stick to the Angry Video Game Nerds review.
Knew it, I fucking knew it. The only reason he did this review is because did it better.
And thus we come to the conclusion of Shadow Commentaries Season 1 Episode 10. If you liked it, please click subscribe and become a fan by liking us on Facebook.
Us? Who is this us? I only heard your naggy voice whining about the irate gamers jokes in this video.
And following us on Twitter at Formspring and Instagram.
Really? Now you're gonna whore yourself out too? No wonder why a lot of people in the commentary community just have no respect for you at all. But to be honest, I really can't be surprised that you would try to pine for this much attention. Oh, correction. Positive attention, because we all know what you do whenever you get negative feedback. You usually delete your videos and re-upload again, so that way you can get better likes to them, or you bitch to ZM Anonymous.
That is the end of this commentary, and until next time, I will see you all later. Bye-bye for now, and have a very productive day.
And then he ends his video a la YouTube horse style. Do you guys not see this shit? Seriously? He thinks that he needs to have all this up here? Does he think that he is this popular? Does he honestly have a fan base? Because if he does, I'm scared. And at 11 minutes and 27 seconds, we finally finish this video that is just bleeding with arrogance, pretentiousness, and just horrible commentary style in general. Shadow the Ultimate or Foxtrot, whatever you want to be called, this commentary is just horrible. In fact, a lot of your commentaries are horrible. They're very stale, they're not funny at all, and all you ever do is just rag on the unimportant stuff and pretty much just have a tone that just makes it really unbearable to hear your voice. Not to mention, you didn't bring up any good reason why the irate gamer is bad. All you just said were that his jokes were unfunny. His jokes were unfunny. Oh, this editing is pointless. It's pretty clear that you've gotten worse over the time. You've gotten way worse. I watched one of your older commentaries. You were better back then. Granted, you were still pretty bad, but not as bad as this. Like, I feel like that you've pretty much hit rock bottom in your commentating career. But it won't surprise me if Shao ends up churning out something that's even worse than this. Wouldn't really surprise me.